Sound to your mind.
Breathe. I stay quiet as I light on my loud light. Breathe. I balance diet, I'm just trying to get my pounds right. Breathe. I stay quiet as I light on my loud light. Breathe. I balance diet, I'm just trying to get my pounds right. Shouts all on my team, I need more than a mattress support in my dreams. Could grab a few Zeds like I'm falling asleep, but I don't wanna wake for the morning. Grief, breathe. Tears drop to the form in the sea. A broke heart, but it's worn in my sleeve. Never listened, I was warned in my teens, but I still skipped school, I was taught in the streets. Ring back, don't call for police. Stand tall, don't fall for the beast. Got issues with trust, so I'm born to believe. We've been a victim of love and now we're caught in it deep. Breathe.
Yes, people, what's happening? And welcome back to Gav Goes In. I can't lie. You know, the last couple of days have been a complete write-off. You know what I'm trying to say? This stream was actually meant to be yesterday, guys, but, you know, I had a madness with my car, you know, and, yeah, listen, I was stuck in one position for 5 hours, you know, before, yeah, police tried to ask me for my license details as well. Like, you know what I mean? Like I was some kind of criminal, you know, even though I told him I've broken down. First thing he said to me was, can I see your license? You know, we all know why that is. But listen, I kept my cool. And even though I was there for 5 hours, just racking my brains, managed to get the car to a garage. And yeah, listen, £150, man, for a call out. And I'm not even sure how much it's going to cost me now, man, to get the car fixed. So, yeah, listen, apologies for yesterday, man, because that was a complete write-off. But, you know, if we can't do a day, we'll always try and make it up. And today, Monaco All Time 11. And then me and Fitz will be live tomorrow at the same time for the Lyon one. So, yeah, man, it's been a mad one. It's been a mad one. Fitz, what you saying, bro? You all good? I think Fitz is just frozen. Bro, you there? Yeah, I think Fitz is just frozen. He'll come back.
I'm back.
Yeah, you there, bro?
Yeah, man. It's this internet where I'm based, bro. It's just not. It's not the best, man. It's not the best.
That northern internet, yeah.
Yeah, bro. Don't give me that. You know what? Yeah, every service we get shabby up here, man. Sky, TBC, they all hate the Northerners, man.
I hear it. How you been though? You been good though, yeah.
It's done it again on me. It's done
Guys,
me again.
You'll be back.
It done me
Go on,
again.
bro. Go on. Try coming out and come back in if it helps.
Yeah, if it freezes on me again, I'll do that in it. But yeah, it's that Northern. It's always
yeah, guys. Fitz will be back, man. He'll be back. He'll be back. I think he's lying. Yeah, he'll be back. He'll be back. But big up to Joe Ross for coming through. Joe, you know what needs to happen, Joe. You know what needs to happen. I haven't got to say anymore, but you know what needs to happen. Remember, you told me that Vinicius Jr., the guy with the new chin, you did tell me that he was gonna be going to Arsenal, and I did tell you that yeah, it wasn't gonna happen, unfortunately. So, Joe Ross, big up yourself, but I do expect you to become a member now on the channel because, you know, everyone was there witnessing you telling me that Vinicius was coming, and just check Sky Sports, man. Vinicius is going nowhere. So it is what it is. It is what it is. Chris, what you saying, bro?
Yeah, man. Just complaining about that service and it cuts out again, innit? It's like they're listening to me, bro.
Alright, so to be fair, it's all good now, though. All good.
Yeah. Don't speak too soon, bro.
How you been though? You been good though, yeah?
Yeah, man. Same old same. Not worth complaining about. Man just has to get through things, innit? But yeah, man. Yeah, still cracking on. Still got another list of players for the gang in the chat. But, yeah, man. This one could be an interesting one, though. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think many people are really gonna be thinking Monaco can come with a decent squad like I've got.
Bro, listen, I've got some players, man, and I'm gonna say it now, yeah. It could arguably it could arguably rival PSG's team.
Yeah.
I think it could rival PSG's team. You know, I think people might be thinking, "Ow," but you're gonna find out once we go through in it. And guys, just on that, big up to Babs One Diva each and every time as well. If you've got any other questions about Manchester United or anything other than the all-time 11, I will be going through them at the end. So we're gonna stick to the all-time 11. Trying to fit certain players obviously into this lineup, and then any other news we'll go through it at the end. So yeah, I can see a few of you are putting in some Man United news and some Liverpool news. We'll be going through that literally at the end. So yeah, make sure you help us as well trying to configure a team. Fitz, what lineup you thinking of, bro?
Well, I'm thinking 4 at the back.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna lie, there's no wings in my team.
No wings.
Nah. So I'm thinking it'd be 4-3-3-1 or a 4-3-1-2.
3-1. I want to say a 4-2-3-1. Yeah. But so you're saying that the wide players are 10s?
Essentially, no, but that's what I'm saying. I'm going 3 centre mids, me. 3 centre mids, 2 10s, and a striker, or 1 10 and 2 strikers in it.
Okay. I'll tell you what, yeah. Let's go. I'll go with the formation that you want to do, and then we'll see how we configure it, because we might have to change it. But yeah, I'm happy. Yeah. So you want to go with 4 at the back, yeah?
Yeah.
So 4-3-2, 4-3-1-2. You're saying?
1. Yeah, 1-2 or 2-1. It's up to you that side. I don't mind that.
All right, let's go 4-3-1-2 then.
All right.
We'll go 4-3-1-2. But I've got a feeling we are gonna, or we'll have to wait and see, innit? So we'll go with a 4-3-1-2. Oh, what's going on here? Right, so 4-3-1-2. What's happening there? So 4-3-1-2. And guys, just to let you know as well, yeah, this is from 95. So it's the all-time Monaco team from 95.
No. Is it not 05?
Oh, sorry. 05, my bad.
Yeah.
95, from 05. So from 2005, the Monaco all-time 11, obviously to the current period right now. So Vinny has deleted all things. What's this? Vinny has deleted all things Real Madrid on his Instagram. I've not heard that. But listen, any club news, guys, we are going to go through it after. So if you guys are here to the end, we'll go through all that talk after. But we're going to solely focus on the all-time 11. So we're going to go with the 4-3-1-2. So let's have a look at the goalkeepers. And I think in this list at the moment, yeah. Again, I think we might have the same on this, yeah. Bro, I could only think of one goalkeeper.
His first
I can
name.
only think of one goalkeeper, yeah, and that is Flavio Roma.
Oh, I went with Rufia. Or Rufia.
Stefan Rufia.
Yeah, man.
Okay, I went with Roma, yeah, because I believe Roma was the goalkeeper when Monaco had its best, for me, their best period in terms of the players they had. I think Roma was the goal. Or was Roma there before, actually?
No, Roma was definitely there from 05 onwards, but he might have been the one that was there from the early 2000s kind of thing first. Let me just double check now.
So I'm trying to think, who was the goalkeeper when they had Bernardo Silva and all them? He might have been Ruffier.
So yeah, so Roma was there from '01 to '09, and
Yeah.
fucking Rufia came in '06 to '11, and then Subasic came in 2020
Oh
to
yeah.
2012 to 2020.
Yeah.
So fucking yeah, Roma was there the longest, and after '09 he also come back in 2012, and it Rufia left, he came back.
Okay.
So
Okay. So that
yeah,
means Roma was there when they had the likes of Shabani Nonda and them kind of players. Remember him?
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I think Roma would have been Bartez's replacement because Bartez left after the 99-2000 season to join us, didn't
Right. Okay.
he? So I think Roma was Bartez's replacement, and then obviously Rufia was Roma's replacement, innit?
Right.
I'd
Okay.
be happy for Roma because, to be fair, it says here, um, fucking nearly 250 appearances,
Yeah.
was the starter in the magical run to the Champions League final. He returned to close out his career with them. So, and the year that he came back in 2012, they won promotion. So it's hard to go against him with that kind of track record, isn't it?
I hear it. I hear it. I mean, to be fair, I mean, I'm not really fussed with either goalkeeper. I mean, Roma for me because I remember him. Obviously, as I said, he was there when Evra obviously was part
Mm.
of that team as well. Fernando Morientes, yeah, he was the keeper that got all the way to the final. But I think, yeah, I think in terms of the most exciting Monaco team that I've seen, yeah, Rufia, I think was the actual goalkeeper in it. So again, if there's anyone in the chat that thinks we should go with either Flavio Roma or Stefan Rufia, let us know because I'm quite flexible in that one because I think we got
Yeah.
more pressing players to look at. So who do you want to go with, Roma or Rufia? Because I'm easy either way.
You know what? I'm fairly easy on it, but for me, I feel like that champion reaching that Champions League final, like that's probably the highlight of. And I know that that was the year before, obviously this started. Like we're going from '05, I think that was '04, innit? But
Yeah.
obviously, fucking the fact that he was part of that and then was still there for another 6 years and then
Mm.
went to finish his career there, it's like, yeah, I feel like he's earned his spot in this one, innit?
Yeah. No. 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 Listen, I'm happy with that, man. As I said, I only remember him because of that final, man. And to be fair, he was actually. I mean, the thing is, I don't think he was a top keeper, but I mean, if you're going all the way to the final, you know what I mean, you're going to have some sort of impact in it. So,
Yeah, yeah.
um, yeah, I'm happy to put him in there, man. No problem. Right, let's just move on to the defense and just get this team figured out. Yeah. Now, let's start off at right back. I've got two names for right back. Yeah,
Yeah.
and I think one of them, I actually forgot he actually played for them. You know, it kind of slipped my mind. It's not until I looked and I thought, nah, he didn't play for them, did he? And again, it showed you that he wasn't really, you know, he wasn't really the player that he became in the end until he got destroyed. Um, Obviously at a different club. So we've got Maicon and we've got Djibril Sidibe. Obviously Sidibe, formerly of Everton as well. I mean, who you leaning towards? Are you going to lean towards the bigger name or to someone that was at the helm really at right back within their best period?
For me, I was going Maicon just for the
Mm.
simple fact of like, because bear
Yeah,
in mind, um, obviously if we're talking like prime player, like, and we're
mm,
looking at the two, it's
yeah,
got to be Maicon in it. Obviously, if
mm,
his impact at the club, yeah, it's probably not. But for me, I feel like Maicon. We've shitted on Maicon a fair few of these all-time 11s where he's not even come close in it. I feel like
yeah,
this is the one where he has to get in it. Okay, it's not like he was like rubbish, like we've both said before. Like until he met come up against Gareth Bale, everyone was
yeah.
looking at like he's the next one in it. So yeah, he was elite for a period, and obviously, yeah, when you're looking at the two names side by side, it just makes more sense to go make Maicon in it.
Yeah, no, I hear it. I hear it. And I think with Maicon, there's no doubting that Maicon was literally the best right back in the game. And as we know, Gareth Bale exposed him, and he obviously was never the same again, man. But I'm more leaning towards Sidibe because Maicon for me was better. But I'm looking at Sidibe and I'm thinking, if we're looking at the better player, or are we looking at who had the better impact for that team? Because the thing is, I do think that has to come into it.
I hear it, but the one thing I will say to combat that, when we get
Yeah.
to centre mid, we're gonna put a player in that we're just going off of his ability. We're not going off
Well,
what he's done at the club. So
again,
we can't pick and choose when
I
we're
know
gonna do
exactly
that.
you're talking about, yeah, but I've not included him for that reason.
Is it?
Yeah. Because I think it's only fair.
Okay. Well,
Yeah,
if you're not
because I think
including me,
if we're gonna do this, we've got to do that their impact at the club, innit? So I purposely
okay.
didn't include him.
All right. Well, if that is definitely the way that we're going, and we're not going to be including like guys just because of the ability, then
Yeah,
you're probably going to have to go with Sadive. But
yeah,
say
yeah.
that
I think it's fair, man. Because I don't really remember too much of Maicon
Monaco.
at Monaco. To be fair,
Yeah, no,
you
I
know,
hear it. I hear
Inter Milan is where he made his name, really.
yeah.
You know, so are you happy to go with Sidibe? Yeah.
Yeah. Like I say, if that's going to be but that is going to affect the rest of my suggestions from here out, though, innit?
Cool. All right. So yeah, Dribble Sidibe gets in there again. Maicon's a better player, but I thought Sidibe, when he was part of that team, that they were destroying teams. To be fair, and I think they got to the semi-final, I believe, of the Champions League. But they had a very, very good team, man, and he was an important part of that defense. So yeah, he gets in there. And then let's just move on to the other side. I think the other side for me is more tougher, And again, there's only two names: Patrice Evra and Benjamin Mendy. And I think I think both of us are going to agree on the left back who it should be. But I think a mention does go to Benjamin Mendy, because again, we all know he suffered that that RA case, and
And
obviously he got acquitted of it. So
there's a shout for I know I'm gonna fuck up the name Coentrao, innit? Coentrao.
Fabio Contral, yes, I forgot about Contral. Yeah,
So he was there as well. But again, if we're talking about impact at the club, it's got to be Evra in it.
yeah, I think yeah, Evra has to be there. And again, another guy that made the Champions League final as well, innit? So
Yeah, man. Yeah.
so yeah, for Evra and Sidibe, man. Yeah, I don't think there's any question there, man. In my opinion. And again, in terms of Evra, yeah, where do you rank Evra in terms of the great left backs?
For me, everything's in tiers in it. So in the absolute top of the top tier, you've
Yeah,
got Cafu, Carlos, Alves, Marcelo. Then obviously below that, you've got Ashley Cole, Evra, I throw Dennis Irwin in there, but he's top of that shit though. You know what I mean? For me, Dennis
yeah,
Irwin's top of that one below. He could be borderline in that elite for me, but I know that a lot of that's my own like nostalgic bias. You know what I mean? So I do put him in there with like Ashley Cole and Evra and that. But then man, literally just below the level. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
the praise I can really give is the fact that them man are the closest guys that I've seen to that level of fullback. You know what I mean?
mm.
But you can't quite put him in there with a Carlos or a Marcelo. Just the eye
Nah.
test
He's not. For me, he's not better. He's not better than Marcelo. I think defensively he's better than Marcelo, but I think Marcelo's not bad defensively. But going forwards, he's something different, and it's Marcelo's ability for me as well. But yeah, I think when Evra was at Monaco, I looked at him as more. He was quite raw. You know what I mean? He was someone that was just very good going forwards, But what stood out for me when he come to Manchester United, remember his debut with Vidic. You know what I mean? They got absolutely battered by Man City and come off at half time. But I've never seen nothing like it, man. And for this guy to go and do what he did and become arguably one of the best left backs, not just at Man United, but in the Premier League of all time, it just goes to show, man, like, you know, how good he actually was. And I think defensively, he improved a lot as well. Became the captain, you know. And a lot of these things were never a guarantee with Evra, man. So, yeah, Evra's a top left back, man. And I think the only left back at the time when Evra was at his peak that people would say was better than him was Ashley Cole, really. So, just goes to show, man, how good of a defender he was, you know. So yeah, man, I'm happy with that. But yeah, Benjamin Mendy, as I said to you, man, when he part of that Monaco team that were doing madness in the Champions League, again, just like Sidibe, those two there were massive parts of it, man. So yeah, crazy, man. Big up to Foxy Danny each and every time. Says big up Gavin Fitz. Yeah, big up. Let's see this one. Yeah, guys, make sure you're hitting that like button on your way in as well. As I said, if anyone's got any football news club related, we will get through to that at the end. But yeah, we want to focus on getting this team done, and then we can discuss some of the talking points. So yeah, keep them coming in, and I will definitely get back to them after. Let's move on to the centre backs, bro. I'm not gonna lie, yeah. I was struggling. Proper struggling at centre backs. Yeah, I was struggling, yeah. I've got 4 names. And for me, really, it's only 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how bad it was. I'll give you my list, yeah, and then I want to see what if we've got the same. But I had Ricardo Carvalho. I had Eric Abidal. And I put Disasi and Badashile in there.
I'm just gonna block off the rest of my list so there's no spoilers.
Go on.
The only names I had for right centre back and left centre back, Carvalho and Abidal.
That's exactly who. So the thing is, I only put Badashile and what's this Sassy in there to have a bit more of a list.
Numbers.
That is the only reason.
I didn't waste the ink. Like I say, a couple of these positions is only one name. It's when you get to centre mid, the 10 and the striker that I've got multiple options really. Other than that, it's clear cut. But it's now we're getting to the real tricky bits, though. You know what I mean? Because that midfield, there's some serious options there.
I hear it. And the thing is as well, yeah. I mean, there's not really too much we got to say on Carvalho because I if we remember. We spoke about Carvalho and Abidal before in it because when we done the
Chelsea,
countries,
Barca, even the countries, yeah, they made it into the countries as well, didn't they? So
yeah, but
these men are rated very highly by us, isn't it? Like, let's be clear.
Yeah, I think the biggest accolade I think Carvalho. I mean, people talk about John Terry as being, you know, as being Chelsea's best ever centre back. I think a lot of John Terry's career, for me, you can probably say he owes it to Carvalho because Carvalho was important for them. You know.
Yeah.
Very important. And again, Eric Abidal. You know, obviously he was in our French. Was he in our French team we had?
He was definitely. I think he ended up going in on the left centre back side. Yeah, but
yeah, because it's him and Desailly, wasn't it?
Yeah. Because I think we was discussing it was either going to be Abidal or I think it was Blanc, and I think we went with Abidal because he was left-footed, didn't we?
So yeah, I mean,
the amount
that
of
defense there,
you see out in certain teams, though, is crazy. Because, like I say, I swear he made it into the Barca team. I swear he did into another club team as well.
Yeah, but again, Abidal though, yeah, Abidal was and the funny thing is as well, yeah, I'm not gonna spoil it, but yeah, like the fact we're talking about Abidal, you know, I think it goes to show, innit, just how good Abidal is, because at one point, yeah, he was regarded as probably the best left back in the world at one time when he was playing for Barca in his prime. And again, Abidal's a centre back by trade, but if anyone just watched Abidal, man, you see how good on the ball he was. He was strong. He had good recovery pace. I wouldn't say he was lightning, but never see anyone really do him for pace. But then again, the game wasn't really like that anyway, And as I said, the fact that he makes it in to a lot of teams' lineups, I'm a massive fan of him, and I think he's another player that doesn't really get, the accolades really that he deserves, because I think if everyone says, "Oh, who's the best left back in the world or of all time," I don't think Abidal's name gets mentioned that much, even at centre back. And again, it just shows you that because the level back then was a lot higher. You know what I'm trying to say? So it's one of them things, really. But yeah, I rated him a lot, man. All right, let's move on to midfield. Now, we got 3 midfielders, yeah? Now, guys, just to let you know, there's no Paul Pogba because, let's face it, if we're talking of pure ability, Paul Pogba is in this team easy. But I think it's right to do this, yeah, where Paul Pogba hasn't played that much for Monaco. I think he's probably played about 3 or 4 games for them. I could be wrong. It could be less than that. So I think putting him in there is unfair. So the list that I've got here, yeah, do you remember? And I've got the centre mids and I've got the attacking midfielders in there as well. So we're going to fill up that 3 and the number 10. So I've got, you remember Olivier Capo?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought he was a very good player. Huh? Oh, sorry, no, I thought you said something.
No. I've got the fucking, she's got a bowl in the corner and she's chewing a bone as well, bro. So there's going to be background noise here.
Okay, all right, cool, man. No worries. So yeah, we got Olivier Capo. Do you remember Camille Miriam?
Nah.
Camille Miriam. He was like a number 10 come wide player. Like quite silky.
Nah, bro, not ringing.
He was quite silky, to be fair.
What do you play for?
Miriam was at Monaco, yeah, man. He was French. He played. I think he had a couple of caps for France as well.
Okay. No, I went under the radar.
Camille Miriam, yeah, he was decent, to be fair. Arsenal getting beat by Real Betis 3-1. Boy.
3-1. It was 1-0 when they started.
Yeah, they went 2-0 up, 2-1, 3-1 now. Bernardo Silva, João Moutinho, Fabinho, James Rodriguez, Jeffrey Kondogbia, Cesc Fabregas, Aurelien Tchouameni, Alexander Golovin, and I put Temue Bakayoko in there.
All right, so one second. Teams though, bro. So I've got to add to that. João Moutinho.
Yep.
Yuri Tielemans.
Oh shit, Tielemans.
Yep. James Rodriguez.
Yeah, I got him. Yeah.
Yaya Toure.
Bro, was you sure Toure was 2005?
Go and check it.
He was 2005. Oh, wait, no, wait. Wasn't he just there for a season though?
Bro, again, he's in my list because it's Yaya in it, but I'll just double check how long he was actually there for. Now, one sec. One sec.
I'm pretty sure he was there for a season. Because I swear there was someone else that I was thinking of that was only there for a season. Guys, make sure you're smashing that like button as well. Make sure you sub to the channel. And make sure you go and follow Fitz on his socials as well, which is in the description. And yeah, let us know what you think of the team so far.
Hear it though. Yes, he was only in for a season. It was and fucking he left for Barca in 2007. So we're not talking a washed up Yaya. We're talking a prime Yaya, bro.
Okay.
That played a whole season. Is like, bro, that's enough to at least get him in the convo. It's got to be.
Okay. I hear it. I'm just thinking because I thought it was just a season.
Yeah, it's just the season, but it was the season before he joined Barca, which is peak Yaya.
Mm.
So it for that reason alone, like if it was later than that, fair enough. But it's
Yeah.
prime Yaya in it. So for me, he gets in, and I have got the addition of just for Bants, Wonder Kid from back in the day on Champ Manager, Freddie Adu.
Freddie Adu was at Monaco. Oh, he was. Yes, he was. He was. Hey, listen. He was the youngest kid on the game. Yeah, I'd ever seen. When he like something like 14 or something like that.
Yeah, man, his first appearance, he was 14, bro.
14, and then you see him play, and he was shit.
Bro. Yeah, he
Freddie
was
Adu, man. Oh, madness.
Bojan really let me down because I discovered him at 15 on that game, and then he ended
Yeah.
up where he ended up in it. But Freddie was the first one to really break all our hearts in it. Like we all signed him, we all watched him on Champ and that, and then we watched his career just go from just low to low. It's like, oh, bro,
Hero to zero. Yeah, I hear it. Crazy, isn't it? It's crazy how things work out, man. But I remember Freddie Adu, man. DC United and that.
yeah.
Sign him on them pre-forms, and then you're thinking, boy, I got a 14-year-old here, man. What's this all about? And then you see him play, and you think, yeah, he's one of them ones. He was a lot older than what he was letting on to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely one of them ones who's got a forged document somewhere, hasn't he?
I'm telling you. All right. Well, I've got a feeling. Yeah, I know what you're thinking with your lineup.
So,
let's rule out the players, yeah, so we can narrow it down, yeah.
Right.
So the ones I'm thinking of ruling out. So first one is Tamue Bakayoko, and I think if those of you that have forgotten Bakayoko, yeah, he was a fundamental part of that Monaco team that had the likes of Bernardo Silva, Mendy, Fabinho, Sidibe, Mbappe. Oh my god, I forgot someone's name. And I haven't. Now he's there. He was a fundamental part of that team, yeah, which is what got him the move to Chelsea in the first place. Yeah. But again, Chelsea flopped. And I think if we're gonna be critical and remove players, I think he has to be removed. Bakayoko. And again, there's some top players on this list, yeah, and I don't even know how we're gonna do this. I think. Do you think it's right removing Miriam and Capo as well?
Yeah, just because, like I say, for me, I did kind of already have my three mapped out, but since you're ruling out Pogba, I've got my replacement for Pogba already in mind, and you've not named him yet. So
yeah, I think Pogba can't be in there purely because he hasn't played enough for Monaco. Because if he did, he's in there automatically. Like he's the first name for me on the team sheet. So
standard, but that's what I'm saying, bro. Like if we was to do a Sheffield Wednesday one, I'd still be trying to get Cantona in there because he was there for 2 weeks in trial. You know what I mean? Like, bro. Like
I don't know how he's getting there with Di Canio and Carboni. So
I hear it. But,
a man like Andy Hurst as well. Remember him?
Yeah, bro. This is what I'm saying.
Sorry, David Hurst, not Andy Hurst. David Hurst.
There's a few though that we should really like once we get through what like the 95 to 04s and then do the ultimates. There's a few that we should definitely fucking visit out and like some of the lower teams and that like West Ham's got a team, Southampton's got a team.
Aye, West Ham had some players, man. I'm telling you,
bro. And Leeds as well, bro. Leeds have got a squad from 95 to present day. They've got a fucking squad.
Oh, do you know what? Yeah, man, like Lucas Radebe and that.
Yeah, man, Radebe, bro, Radebe was bad boy. Bro, ridiculous. Put him and Rio at centre back. You're already halfway there, bro.
Hey, listen, you're missing out a certain guy, man. He was a top defender, to be fair. You know, I know he had some serious charges back in the day, man, but you can't be forgetting him. You know what I'm talking about, though, yeah?
Yeah.
All right, well, do you know what? I'll be honest with you, yeah, this is going to be difficult. I think because this list is so difficult, let's get rid of Alexander Golovin. But I think Golovin's actually a good player. You know, I think where's he from? He's from Russia. but he's been there for a little while. To be fair, he's like a creative central attacking midfielder. This is going to be difficult. So the names we're working with, yeah. Again, we got 4 positions, and guys, let us know in the chat what 4 you're going with. Big up to Daryl says Gav on the wine. Nah, man, it's it's not wine, man. It's just leftover Coke, man. Cherry Coke. I told you guys earlier, just some leftovers, but I don't really drink Coke like that. But I thought, you know what I mean? Why not?
I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna finish this brew and I'm gonna go and pour a glass of Kvass. We're about to get into the heated bits.
I hear it, man. I hear it. This is difficult, man. I think there's 2 more names to remove. Yeah, I'm gonna remove João Moutinho as well. And again, Moutinho was a good player, but this list is difficult, and I don't even know how we're gonna narrow it down. There's one more player I want to remove from this list, yeah, but I actually rate him highly. And that's Jeffrey Kondogbia. If you don't remember Jeffrey Kondogbia, yeah, this guy for me should have been a regular squad player for France. You know, I'm not sure how many caps he had. But he should have got more caps, if I'm honest. But I think just because we've got so many quality players on this list, I'm going to reluctantly remove Kondogbia. Now, the names we're working with here, because you've thrown a spanner in there with Yaya Toure and Tielemans, we're working with Toure, Tielemans, Tchouameni, Fabregas, James Rodriguez, Fabinho, and Bernardo Silva for 4 positions.
I'll tell you straight. For me,
go on.
My initial thought process was Tchouameni in the middle with Cesc and Pogba either side. If we're taking Pogba out, I'm putting Tielemans in. And then in the 10, it's got to be Yaya. Or...
So, bro, wait. So you're leaving out Bernardo Silva and Rodriguez.
No, that's what I'm saying. Or I'm happy to put Yaya instead of Tielemans to leave that 10 for Bernardo. Simply because I feel like, okay, Bernardo and James Rodriguez, both absolute ballers, but Bernardo was more consistent and did it for longer.
Yeah.
So I've got to give the vote to him. If we're gonna put Yaya in mid, which I'm more than happy with, because fucking Pogba and Yaya, like for like, I'm quite happy for that. You know what I mean? And then obviously it does free up space in the 10 for Bernardo.
All right. Out of those players there, who would you say out of all them is a definite guarantee to go in, and then that way we can work it down, innit?
For me, the guarantee's got to be Yaya, but it's just whether you want to put him in centre mid or you want to put him in the 10.
Well, the thing is, we got to decide if we're gonna leave out Rodriguez and Bernardo Silva, and I think that'll kind of answer in it.
Well, put it this way. We'll go like for like, because if we're gonna put Yaya in the 10, for me it's Tielemans. So would you prefer Tielemans or Bernardo?
I'll be honest, yeah. If we're talking for Monaco, it's got to be Bernardo Silva.
Right. And I'll ask the same question: Tielemans or James Rodriguez?
But then but then again, does that mean that Bernardo's getting in?
No, but that's what I'm saying.
Because for me, the way I'm looking at it, yeah, you've probably got to have either Bernardo Silva or James Rodriguez.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, now, if you say you take Tielemans over Rodriguez, then okay, Rodriguez is gone, and it's a case of, right, what would you prefer, Tielemans or Yaya? You know what I mean? And it's that kind of answers itself, really, for me.
Okay, so are we saying that Bernardo Silva gets in this team at number 10?
Yeah. And Yaya,
all right, cool. Yeah, let's put him in. Let's
Yeah.
put him in.
And then for me, that midfield three, it's got to be fucking from right to left. It's gonna be Yaya, Chouameni, Seth.
So for me, yeah, Bernardo Silva is basically. It's actually a shame, yeah, because this guy was David Silva reincarnated, really, yeah. But Pep turned him into a workhorse number 10, and then Bernardo Silva became like a jack of all trades. Yeah, it's literally been guys, listen, my audio's fine. I'm not sure what you're talking about there, but my audio's fine, man. I don't know what the issue is, man, because my audio seems to be working fine. It might just be like a little bit of echo on Fitz's side, but listen, we're gonna try and get through it anyway, innit? But yeah, my audio's fine, man. Yeah, it's gone. It's gone now. Yeah, it's gone now. It's gone now. But, let's come back. Yeah, bro, what? Can you hear me echoing as well or not?
Nah, bro, it's like normal for me.
Okay.
Only thing I think is my volume again, innit? Because last time it echoed, so it was my volume.
Yeah. Yeah, I think if you could just turn it down and see if that works again.
Now I'm on the lowest, not now in it on volume, so it
okay. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine now. It's fine now.
Yeah, sweet. Sorry, guys. That's me. Anytime it does that, guys, let me know, and I can just lower the volume in it.
Yeah, nah, cool, bro. No worries, man. No worries. All right, yeah. So listen. So Bernardo Silva's there at 10. You know, became a workhorse under Pep, but this guy was David Silva reincarnated, and obviously now at Real Madrid, top footballer, man. And I think it was either him or James Rodriguez for the 10. I rated James Rodriguez highly, man, but I think if we're basing it on how good were they at Monaco at the time, I do think Bernardo Silva had a better impact for Monaco than James did at Monaco. But yeah, Rodriguez top player, man. But Bernardo gets in there. You know what I'm surprised at, yeah? I'm surprised you're saying. I'm surprised, but I'm not yet. Chouameni.
Nah, because you know what it is? Obviously, like, for me, that defense isn't the best. You know what I mean? Like, it's a strong defense, but it's not as strong as, for example, PSG's defense. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you are going to need someone in the middle that is a bit more defensive minded. You know what I mean? And for me, Chouameni right now is an absolute beast.
Yeah.
Obviously, his time at Monaco he'd have still been a bit raw, but let's be clear, like he's always been held in high regard. I think he moved from Monaco straight over to fucking Madrid.
Yeah, and you know what's mad about Chouameni as well, yeah? I never forget this comment from Cesc Fabregas, because when there was talk about Chouameni moving, I remember Cesc Fabregas saying, yeah, he said that Chouameni's got the potential to be one of the best midfielders in the world when he was, because I remember Chouameni was coming through at Monaco, and obviously Fabregas was more or less coming to the end of his career, innit? But I remember there was quotes about Fabregas saying that Chouameni is going to be one of the best midfielders in the world, innit? And then he got the move to Madrid, innit? So it's crazy, really. But I you know what I'm thinking though, yeah? I'm thinking, does Fabinho deserve a mention? Because I think if you ask a lot of people, yeah, Fabinho probably should be in there ahead of Chouameni.
I hear it, but I've already put a City player in this team. I'm not doing a Scouser too. Come on, man. I can't give too many flowers out to rivals. Fuck's sake.
All right, based on that, then Fabinho out of there.
That one's for you, Jonas.
Yeah, listen, I can live with that. You know what I mean? All right. So we're saying Chouameni, Fabregas, and Toure, yeah?
Yeah. For me, Cesc
Yeah.
and Torre are already in there. It's if you want to have the conversation between Chouameni and Fabinho, I'm open to that because obviously I do joke like put Scouse is in it, but he
Mm.
was a quality player. I can't you know what I mean. I've got to give credit where it's due because I do that with other teams as well. So I'll do it with the Scousers. I've done it with Fowler and that.
Hey, listen,
Like
Robbie Fowler,
I don't.
man.
I,
What a
I
player.
don't. I feel like Fabinho is underrated by a lot of people, but I don't think there was a point in his career where people viewed him as good as people do right now with Chouameni.
Yeah.
You know what I
I
mean?
again, yeah. I didn't really rate Fabinho that highly. I thought Fabinho was good for when he was at Liverpool and when he was at Monaco, but I never really looked at him as, oh, this guy is just unbelievable. I never thought that, not 1 minute.
Yeah. No, but people do kind of overlook him when in a lot of conversations, you know what I mean, where
Yeah,
he is at least worthy of a mention in them chats. But for me, like the way that people and like you say, Seth spotted it from day dot, you know what I mean, and he was talking about it in interviews, and then you look at what he's gone on to achieve. It's like, well, it's hard to dispute that you know what I mean, he is one of the best midfielders in the world right now. Can't
yeah.
really say Fabinho was ever one of the best midfielders in the world. Not for me, anyway.
Boy, then Liverpool fans will tell you differently, man. I was hearing talk about he's the best DM in the world, man,
Bro,
because he put out fires. You know what I mean?
I hear that.
So,
I hear that. But you know what it is, though, Gav.
mm,
Like when we went through that all-time 11 for Liverpool. That's why we
yeah,
had to go from 95 to present day immediately. We didn't break that up into two. Them man haven't had much. So when they get anything with a
mm,
little bit of quality, like it's gonna be blown out of proportion, innit?
yeah.
Realistically, they never really had like before Van Dijk came. Who was their best centre back in
Boy,
history? Not even just at the time. Who was their best centre back in history?
boy, I think we're going back to the likes of Carragher, Skirtle, and Hippier, and
Yeah,
and Agger.
yeah, bro. Literally, it's gonna be out of them. But again, let's be clear: when we're actually talking about best Premier League centre backs of all time, they're nowhere
Mm,
near the combo, and rightfully so.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
mm,
So for me, they're gonna blow like mediocre players out of proportion. But like that's only because they've not had the greatest like squads to really take in like
mm,
defensive midfielders, bro. Considering like we've watched like some absolute brilliant midfielders at United that you would deem a bit more defensive minded. Like obviously you got Roy Keane, Darren Fletcher. For me, I
yeah,
even put Carrick in that role because we used to fucking use him a bit more defensively because we'd let Scholes have a bit more free reign.
yeah,
Same way with what's his name now? Fucking Hargreaves. Obviously,
mm,
I know we had a lot of injury problems, but bro, the player that we signed, looking at him at Bayern Munich, he was fucking ridiculous. You know what I mean? Like
mm,
absolute quality. Like, and that's they're not even like the top of the tops, really. You know what I mean? But it's much
yeah,
better quality than Liverpool's ever had in that position. So I get why they
yeah,
blow like, out out of proportion with Fabinho. But come on now, they never had a Roy Keane, they never had a Darren Fletcher. You know what I mean?
mm,
So it's understandable, in it.
yeah. No, I hear it. I hear it. Um, Gav, when it gets to the last striker picks, we need to preference fits. He might not be match fit to make a decision.
Bro,
Yeah, big up,
bro,
man.
it's
Big
the
up,
first
Terrorless.
Courvoisier that from. The first one was a brew. Don't get it twisted. The first one was a brew. I only just popped that bottle then.
Hey, listen, I'm guessing though, yeah. This last striker picked is gonna be interesting.
I'm
I've got
telling
I've
you.
got a feeling, yeah. I've got a feeling me and Fitz we might actually pick the same players. We might actually pick the same players. I know there's one of them definitely that we're gonna pick for certain, yeah. But the other guy, I don't know, and I think this could be a bit of a controversial one because I know there's going to be a few upset people in the chat, man. So listen, let's go through the strikers, yeah. Let's rule out the wingers because the wingers I had down were Jerome Rotan. Remember Jerome Rotan? You know, was part of the Monaco team with Evra that got all the way to the final. And the other one was Yannick Carrasco, Belgium winger. And again, if you guys didn't see the stream from earlier today, PSG's new signing, Michael Götze. I think he's one to watch, man. He could be the next Kvaratskhelia. So, yeah, listen, Belgium do produce some decent wingers. You know, obviously the best one they produced was he was actually a number 10, but played out wide. Was Eden Hazard. But yeah, let's go on to the strikers. Yeah. Now,
how many have you got written down? Because I've got 4.
Bro, I've got down. Yeah, I've got 2. Well, sorry, I've got 2, 4, 6, 8. I got 11.
You wasted ink, bro. There's 4 that are really in this combo, but go on.
Yeah, but you know what it is? I like to do the worthy mentions. Yeah,
I hear it.
I like doing the worthy mentions because I like people to remember some of these players because I think a lot of players are lost on a lot of fans for me. You know what I mean? In comparison to how some of these players are hyped. Yeah. Now, my list consists of this: Anthony Martial, Emmanuel Adebayor. If you remember, Javier Chavanton, absolute bad boy. Javier Chavanton, deadly. Yeah. Marco De Vaio, Mohamed Kalon, Christian Vieri, Fernando Morientes, Falcao, Mbappe, Dimitar Berbatov, and Wissam Ben Yedder. Yeah. So I think it's only best to do this. Yeah. Let's just narrow the list down. So for me, and this is going to be difficult, by the way. If I'm removing 2 players, for me, it has to be Mohamed Kalon and Wissam Ben Yedder. Again, Ben Yedder scored goals for Monaco. Kalon, remember Kalon back in the day? He was a handful, you know, as part of the Monaco team as well with Evra and that. But those 2 have to go.
I'll throw another one in just because the clubs he played for, Adebayor, can get the fuck out of this list.
Listen, Adebayor was a top player, to be fair. I like Adebayor.
He was Arsenal and City, like, nah, come on.
I know, bro, but you don't play for them kind of those kind of teams, man, if you ain't got something about you, innit?
Well,
I mean, Adebayor's best thing he done, man, was when he scored against Arsenal in that celebration. You know what I'm trying to say?
I hear it, but and I will say he was well justified in that. The chance that they were giving him were wild. But I'm not like the time that he was at Arsenal, that wasn't Arsenal. Like I remember when we absolutely battered them 8-2. I even was talking to a fucking a gunner then. You get me? And I'm saying to him, yo, bro, I'm not even gonna take the piss out of you. That wasn't Arsenal. It didn't feel like Arsenal that we beat, you know what I mean? Those areas there. Like, nah, him playing at Arsenal wasn't like it was a prestigious move, you know what I mean? But him going to City, that was a bit of a statement signing. But let's not forget, this is around the time where they were signing players like Joe and that. It weren't like we were signing like the best players in the world at that present moment with every signing. There was a lot of misses, you know what I mean? Remember, fucking, he was signing like Rocky Santa Cruz from Blackburn and that.
All right, listen, Santa Cruz is a bad boy, man. Let's not do that. At Bayern Munich, man, he's causing problems. At Blackburn as well.
He's a bit of a flop. Let's be real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, and this is the thing City were doing. They were buying half decent players and decent ballers, but it was still just was throwing money at our problem, and that's it. You know what I mean? He hadn't quite worked out yet. But for me, Adebayor, like, nah, he was a good striker, but like I say, the 4 players that I've got written down here, you've already named them: Christian Vieri, fucking Radamel Falcao, Dimitar Berbatov, Anthony Martial.
Bro, we're talking the same language, yeah. Listen, I'm not gonna play about. Yeah, this guy's going there straight away because you see this guy here. Yeah, like he was devastating, Falcao. And when Man United first signed Falcao, yeah, I was like, wait a minute, United are signing Falcao. Like, bro, he was the best striker in the world at the time.
Bro, on a loan, bro.
Yeah, well, sorry. I'll take it back. I don't think at the time because I think he dropped off a little bit. Yeah, but this guy clearly gone.
Nah, he got injured. He had an injury, and he came back from injury, and he wasn't quite the same. And I think Monaco was sending him out so he could sharpen up elsewhere, innit? And if it panned out well, get big money out of it. Because right then, the value had kind of dropped a bit. So it was like, send him out on loan, let him get his sharpness back, and then we can fucking charge him what we want. And it just didn't quite work out. Obviously, he never bounced back properly from the injury, innit? Because even the following season, he went to Chelsea.
Bro, when he was at Atletico Madrid, yeah, he was ridiculous, man. Like left foot, right foot, headers. Bro, he was scoring all. And the thing is, Falcao weren't quick, by the way, but he had burners for some reason. Like it made no sense. And the thing with Falcao, he was deadly. And I remember the game against Chelsea in that, was it the Super Cup final where he got the hat trick? Bro, he was devastating, absolutely devastating. And it's a shame, man, because this guy was at the time was the best striker in the world at Atletico Madrid. And Atletico Madrid, man, I don't know, their scouting system for strikers, it needs to be studied. Bro, Aguero, Torres, Falcao, Julian Alvarez,
well, fuck that.
Diego Costa.
Them three, stop there at them three. That's enough. What do you mean? And let's not forget,
Forlan as well.
And bro, let's not forget they actually went in that kind of order. I swear it went Aguero, Torres, then Falcao, and then they brought in Forlan, who absolutely just spun everything on its head because like he then went to the World Cup and fucking Golden Ball and all that kind of business, man.
Diego Costa. I mean, obviously Griezmann wasn't a striker, but he was still a forward. Bro, how are they getting these kind of forward players, yeah?
Bro,
it has to be studied.
Bro, fuck that. It's not even just forwards. Let's not forget the amount of keepers they've had go through their Courtois, their Hayo. Like, bro, these managers got scouts. These men have got scouts throughout, bro.
Ridiculous. He was a top striker, man. I actually think, yeah, all the strikers they've had, it would be interesting to see if there was an order.
Yeah.
Who would be top? Because I'll be honest with you, I think Falcao would have to be in the top two. Because you're probably going to say Falcao or Fernando Torres, probably, innit?
I don't know, because what Forlan did there was a bit of a madness.
Yeah. But then again, bro, look at what the thing is. Aguero for me won't be in there because he was still young, innit?
Yeah.
And Aguero made his name obviously at City, but I think even Costa, because Costa was part of the strike force that won the league as well.
Yeah.
He broke up the duo of Real Madrid and Barcelona, so he has to be considered in that as well. But yeah, Falcao for me, man, he was definitely one of the best. He definitely was the best striker in the game when he was at Atletico, man. But injuries killed him. Obviously, he went to Chelsea as well, but he wasn't the same. But in terms of strikers, man, and for all-time Monaco, I mean, bro, do you remember the goal he scored actually for Monaco against Man City in the Champions League? Do you remember the goal?
No, not off the top. One set. I'm searching that right now to just refresh.
I'm telling you now, yeah, it's probably one of the best goals I've seen. Because the difficulty at the goal, yeah, and off his weaker foot as well. If you get a chance, guys, if you get a chance to see Falcao's goal against Man City, go and watch that goal again. I don't think that goal should be a Puskas goal because of the difficulty of the goal off his weaker foot. Big up to Niche fan as well.
Oh, when he's just cut inside and dinked him.
Bro,
nah.
That was his weaker foot, by the way. Weaker foot.
Who was it he left for dead there?
I can't remember who it was, but you know how good that goal was, yeah? Because he was really working with no space. And to dink it like that over who was in goal? Was it Edison?
Nah, it's bald head.
Bald head.
Yeah,
Who's that?
yeah. One sec. Let me just find out who the fuck it
Bald
was.
head. Not
Yeah, man, he
Claudio
had a bald
Bravo.
head in his clip, bro. One sec.
But that Falcao goal was ridiculous, man. What a finish. Weaker foot, man, to do that. Right, guys, this last striker position while Fitz just watching the goal, we're working with, yeah, and I don't want to see any crying, by the way. There's no Kylian Mbappe in there. Yeah, and I know, listen, Mbappe, yep, obviously monster mentality, goals galore, etc. But listen, Anthony Martial, yeah, for me, is one of the most disrespected strikers to ever play in England. This guy was meant to be. You see what Mbappe, I would say, has become now. You would say that was meant to be Martial's pathway, by the way. But as what Man United do with a lot of players, they just ruin careers, you know. And Martial was one of them. Obviously, again, injuries he did suffer, but Anthony Martial was an absolute menace. You know, Dimitar Berbatov, another top player for Manchester United, yeah, spoke highly of Martial. He's the one that said that Martial will go on to become one of the best players in the world. He rated Martial highly because if you remember, in a system that Monaco used to play, Martial was playing from the left, Berbatov was playing through the middle. And again, if you watch some of the quotes, Berbatov rated Martial highly, you know, and then Martial got the move off of the recommendation from Dimitar Berbatov to United, you know. And again, I've followed this guy's career ever since he broke through. You know, when they were saying that this guy will be the next Thierry Henry, they weren't saying that for a reason. For the sake of it. You know, Martial was meant to be the next coming of Henry. And as I said, if you look at Martial's early career, you can see why the hype was there. You know, the guy had great pace, great close control, devastating finisher. But what was his undoing? Going to Manchester United and having a manager like Jose Mourinho come in and ruin his career. Because again, Martial come to Manchester United when he was 19, I believe. Yeah. And in his first season, the guy got 17 goals in all comps. You know, as a foreigner coming from a different league into the Premier League, that we're being told is the toughest league in the world. Yeah. Tell me a player that's done that in their first season, coming from a different league, at that age. There ain't too many players. You know, this guy was a Golden Boy winner as well. You know, the Golden Boy is awarded to the best young player in the world. That's what he was given. And as I said, like, this guy is criminally underrated, especially in this country where, again, it goes back to, if you're not running around like a blue ass fly, you're not rated in this country, you know, because they just champion hard work, which is nonsense, you know. But as I said, Martial is one of my favorite players, especially at United. And he was just criminally overlooked. So when people ask me, look, who's had the better career? You're going to say Mbappe. Yeah, because Mbappe, you know, whether he's had everything in place for him to become the level of player that he is now. And again, when I say level of player, yeah, I don't think Mbappe is as good as what the people make him out to be. But one thing I will tell you, when it comes to the big games and the goals, it can't be denied. He has consistently provided that, you know. And there could be an argument to say that his mentality and etc. is better than Martial's. But if we're talking just natural ability, Mbappe is not better than Martial, not by any means, you know. And as I said, Martial was unlucky because under Louis van Gaal, you could see the player that Martial was becoming. And again, as we know with Jose Mourinho, Mourinho likes players that are the ready-made players, you know. So even someone like Rashford lost development under under Jose Mourinho, because he brought in Alexis Sanchez to replace Martial, because Mourinho needs players that are ready now and then. So again, that was a failing by Manchester United to hire Mourinho in the first place, without looking at the vision for the likes of Martial and even for Rashford. But one thing I'll tell you, if people are saying that there's no way Martial should be in there ahead of Mbappe, again, I think a lot of that is recency bias, because, if we're looking at purely for goals, you're going to say Mbappe. But, football's more than that for me. So Martial's definitely in contention. Who are the other three players that you mentioned?
Well, no, the other two in it, I had four: Falcao, Martial, Berbatov, and Christian Vieri.
I'm going to rule out Vieri, yeah, because I don't think Vieri done too much at Monaco, if I remember.
No, I don't think he did. I think, if I'm remembering correctly, I think it was towards the end of his career, innit?
Yeah.
So I'm quite happy to rule that one out.
Yeah, but Vieri was a problem. He was, especially, bro. I just forgot, bro. Who did Vieri play for?
What, beforehand?
No. Have a think of the team.
What, Christian Vieri in? I want to.
Yeah. And who else? You forgot?
Well, yeah. No, was it not Fiorentina?
Bro, Atletico Madrid.
Never.
He was at Atletico Madrid as well. Yeah. I'm telling you. I don't know what it is with this team and strikers, yeah, but they get it spot on.
Oh, yeah. The keeper in that, by the way, was Caballero. Or Caballero.
Oh, Willie Caballero. Okay, yeah.
And it was Stones. He sat down as well.
Stones. Good. Johnny Stones. But yeah, Christian Vieri, bro, it was at Atletico as well, man. It's crazy, isn't it? How they get these strikers.
Okay, now he was as well.
Yeah. I'm telling you.
Bro, yeah. These men have got some different level of fucking scouts, innit?
Yeah, it's odd, man. It's odd how they can get all these strikers on point, man. But I think at Monaco, yeah, he didn't really do as much as I remember at Monaco. So we're looking at Berbatov
or Martial,
yeah.
And if we're gonna go off what they did at the club, obviously Martial was younger, Berbatov was older, yeah. But let's be real, what Martial did at Monaco,
yeah,
got him the move to United.
Also
had the Ballon d'Or clause in there as well. Like that's how impactful he was in his time there, innit?
Yeah.
So,
but again, people will laugh at that and say, why has he got a Ballon d'Or clause in his contract? Yeah. But again, applying context to this, yeah, and you know what? It brings me onto something that I remember today, yeah. So, I liken Martial to Joshua Zirkzee in a sense of these guys have very high quality, yeah. But for a lot of fans that don't know what they're watching, they're only going to point to the fact of goals. So if someone's not scoring a certain amount of goals in their eyes, they're automatically shit because they're meant to be a striker. And I think that level of delusion, I call it, yeah, it's like it shows really that you're not really understanding the player. Because if you look at Martial and you look at Joshua Zirkzee, for argument's sake, yes, on paper they might be strikers or forwards, but these guys are not judged by their goals. And people that say, strikers are only judged by goals, that's the biggest load of nonsense I've heard. Biggest load of nonsense, because, if we're talking about, back in the early 90s, where football was a lot different, you could probably say that. Looking at Martial obviously was a left winger that obviously his eventual position would have been a striker. And obviously Joshua Zirkzee is a false nine type of striker, but these guys are not predominantly goal scorers like that. The goal scorers, you look at players like Michael Owen, Erling Haaland, like a Jamie Vardy, those kind of players. These guys were Ian Wright. These guys were born to score goals. Andy Cole. So if you want to look at those kind of players that, they're the kind of guys that you expect to score goals, I hear it. But I think a lot of fans just look at Martial and someone like Xerxes as, because they're not scoring goals, they're useless, rather than looking at their actual ability. And again, someone today tried telling me that Xerxes got 4 goals in 2 seasons. Again, applying context to that will tell you how many starts, how many minutes has he actually played, how many times has he actually played as a 9. Does the system provide him to get better numbers? And it's not excuses, but it's about context. Yeah. Then when I flip it to him and tell him that, okay, Marcus Rashford's got 87 Premier League goals in 10 years. Is that good? It's fucking terrible. 87 goals in 10 years. The man wants to try and divert the conversation away. And again, this is what you're dealing with. So again, I'm not comparing Rashford and Xerxes, but I'm just trying to tell you that there's always context in certain things, yeah? And Martial, for me, is very much in that boat, because you should never look at Martial for goals. Look at the quality, Look at the quality that he offers. Marcus Rashford was a better player playing with Anthony Martial. He was. But fans will tell you that Martial was lazy. Why? Why is he lazy? What? Because he's not running around like Declan Rice, covering every blade of grass. Like he sulks, we was hearing. Yeah, listen, he's here to play football. If you don't want to smile, you ain't got to smile. Like, what's that to you? So again, all these things that Martial had to deal with, yeah, I think plays the perception of how fans don't rate Martial. Yeah, for me, 100%. Massive fan of him. And on this all-time team, for me personally, I think he should be there because, as you said, Fitz, he got this move to Manchester United based off what he was doing, as part of that front line with Dimitar Berbatov. And as we know, Dimitar Berbatov, one of the most technically gifted strikers of his generation. For me, he was on the end of his career at Monaco, whereas Martial was the other way. And that's why I said, if we're playing wingers in this system, Martial has to be there for me, because my front three would have been Falcao, Martial, and Mbappe. Because I would have tried and fit Mbappe on the right. But if I'm picking between Mbappe and Martial, unpopular opinion, for me, it's Martial. For me.
I hear it.
And which means that Berbatov misses out, because this wasn't the Berbatov at United. Yeah. So I'm saying Martial, bro. What are you saying?
To be fair, like I say, it's a real close one for me between the two, but it does come down to Berber was at the end of his career, Martial was at the start. Berber, his impacts didn't do anything really of note. Martial's got in the move to United, got in, like I say, the Ballon d'Or clause and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
For me, it's gonna have to just be edged over to Martial just for that fact. But
yeah,
I'd love to have been able to have got Vieira or Berber in, you know what I mean? But it's hard to argue, innit?
And I think another player as well, that can be, that we've actually forgotten about, that could be in the same mold as Berbatov and Vieira, is Fernando Morientes. So remember, Morientes was part of the team that got to the final, playing with Evra as well. But again, Morientes was better at Real Madrid than he was at Monaco, because those players were coming to the end of their careers, isn't it? So I think it's only right that we put Morientes, Vieira, and Berbatov in that same bracket as players that weren't at the peak. Because if Berbatov was at his peak at Monaco, for me, there's no question Berbatov's there. You know what I'm trying to say? Because he was that good, Berbatov. But I think it's only right with what Martial was doing at Monaco, the quality he had. If it's a straight shootout between Martial and Mbappe, I'm going Martial. So, you know what I'm trying to say?
For me, Mbappe was only going to get in on a wing. That was it. But when it really come down to it, I was looking at, like I say, the 10s that were available, the midfielders that were available. I was like, it's not really going to be enough space for it, or not enough places to get wings in there as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
But like I say, Mbappe, fucking great goal scorer. But like we've discussed before, even at Monaco, everything was kind of built around him, innit? He went to PSG, all built around him. France has been built around him.
Yeah.
Fucking Madrid, they're basically making him the star man from the day that he got there. So it's like, well, like Martial wasn't really afforded all that, you know what I mean? So the comparisons, it can't really even be done. You can only compare, like you can compare in a few years Yamal to Mbappe, because from a kid everything's been built around him, kind of thing, at club and
Yeah.
country. But like before Mbappe, there wasn't anyone like that. Like maybe a Cristiano and a Messi, they were the first kinds where it's like we're building around this kid. It's yeah, you can't really compare Mbappe to Martial, and that's the thing. Martial being able to play as the nine as well. I know Mbappe plays nine now, but for me, I don't like this whole wingers playing nine. I'm not here for it. I want real number nines, and for me, Martial was a number nine that got pushed out to the wing. You know what I mean?
What? Yeah. But the thing is, do you think that was the case at Monaco, or do you think he was more of a wide man there?
No, I think because if I remember correctly, I think he was used out wide a bit, but that's what I'm saying. It was one of them. Like I think he got used as and when and where applicable. You know what I mean? Like he was just an addition to the squad. Like it's not built around him. Like Mbappe, he was always on the wing, and everything was built around and to make him thrive in it.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Martial, I think he was more integrated, like a normal like youngster would be into the team in it. Like Mbappe, like he had everything on a plate from before it even like turned pro. Really, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Martial, I think he got more integrated, like how you normally would. And obviously, like you remember back to like how Scholes was integrated. Like he was sometimes he was a nine, sometimes he was the 10, sometimes you know what I mean. Like he just playing wherever. Bex sometimes played in the middle, sometimes he was out on the right. It was just wherever the fuck you're gonna play today. You know what I mean? But it's Mbappe was always like, this is where you're gonna play. And then obviously he went to PSG, and it's like he decided at PSG, I want to do what Cristiano's doing and try and get records for goals. So at that point, he decided I'm gonna play the nine, and then they just had to reshuffle everything and build it around him being a nine now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
Martial didn't have that luxury. He wasn't afforded that way. He just picked his position. Like he had to adapt and change and fit in where he could do in it.
But again, bro, this comes down to do with context as well, isn't it? Because as you mentioned, Mbappe's had literally everything fall onto him on a plate, really. Because even if you think of it like this, yeah, Martial played from the left because if you remember, like, this is when the systems were starting to do like the 4-2-3-1, which meant that if you've got someone like Berbatov, who's the experienced guy, Berbatov's going to be the central striker, so he needs legs around him. So if you think of Martial having pace one side, and then I can't remember who was on the right hand side, but I think it might have been, was it Carrasco on the right hand side or someone? Yeah. So again, Martial fitted playing on the left hand side where Berbatov could play through the middle because you need legs around someone like Berbatov that isn't blessed with pace. If you look at Kylian Mbappe, for example, yeah, he come into the team to play with Falcao, and then obviously, because they looked at Mbappe as being, the next superstar, I think Martial was looked at being a superstar, but not in the way that Mbappe was. Because it's almost like Monaco changed the formation so Mbappe could thrive. Because really and truly, it should have been Falcao up top on his own, but they started playing Falcao with Mbappe. So Mbappe was the legs, and Falcao was the guy that was dropping in. Whereas Martial's one was more from the left-hand side. And as we know, when he got the move to United, it was very similar to when it was Martial and Rooney. Rooney was like the Berbatov, yeah, in terms of having got the legs, but Martial, the young gun who's got pace from out wide, isn't it? And then when Martial started doing his thing under Van Gaal, no one could foresee that Van Gaal would have got sacked from Mourinho. And then when Mourinho come in, it was game over for Martial, because if you just watch Mourinho's career, you know that he doesn't really rate young players like that. And then obviously Martial was saving his job. Then Sanchez came in. Martial was on the bench, and all these other factors started happening. So whereas if you look at Mbappe's whole career, he's just gone from there like that. And he's had everything to hand him on a plate, really. If you look at France, he plays where he wants, the captain, etc. Monaco, PSG, and Real Madrid now. Even to the point, even to the point where, as I mentioned, Vinicius Jr., who was the one that was instrumental in getting them winning Champions Leagues, it's come to a point now where he's second fiddle. It's literally that. Second fiddle. So, yeah, big up to Derry Less, man. Big up yourself, my guy. Big up, man. Big up to yourself. So yeah, man. Listen, that's our team, guys. Anyway, so we've gone with the 4-3-1-2. It could have been a 4-3-2-1. It could have been so many different formations. 4-3-3 or a 4-2-3-1. But yeah, we settled on this formation. So we went with Djibril Sidibe and Patrice Evra as the fullbacks. Again, Maicon did play, but I think Sidibe, for what he done for Monaco in that period where he was probably their best ever period. I think he has to get in there. Obviously, Flavio Roma's the goalkeeper. Ricardo Carvalho and Eric Abidal are the two centre-backs. And I think it goes to show you there that they haven't really had any top centre-backs apart from those two. They had a Polish guy called Kamil Glik. Again, I don't think Glik was... I think he was decent, but again, he's not going to trouble Carvalho or Abidal. The midfield is where it got interesting because we left out James Rodriguez. Again, Pogba wasn't there because he hasn't played enough for Monaco. And there's no James Rodriguez. There's no Yuri Tillemans. Obviously, Pogba I mentioned. We went with Fabregas, Tchouameni, and Yaya Toure. And then Bernardo Silva in the 10. And then no Kylian Mbappe. And Radamel Falcao was in there. He was in there by default, really. And then, again, Berbatov would have liked to have got in. Again, Vieri, Morientes deserved a shout. Javier Chavanton as well was a bad boy. Adebayor. But listen, Anthony Martial, for me, as I said previously, one of the most disrespected players, not just in the Premier League, but probably in Europe at the time, because this guy's pathway was meant to be one of the best in the world. And really and truly, he was let down by Manchester United, because Man United invested all that money on Martial, all to be given to Jose Mourinho, And look, and obviously injuries took its toll as well, But again, were the injuries by United, putting him on, making him play through the pain barrier? And again, I think there's an interview where he said half the time he was playing when he was injured. So yeah, all these factors could have played its part, man. But he gets in there alongside Radamel Falcao. So yeah, man, happy with that team. Let's compare this with PSG before we move on to some of the other questions, and then we'll wrap it up. I think this one's going to be pretty much straightforward. I think more in favor, I would say, of PSG. I think you might have to say, but Flavio Roma or Donnarumma. Donnarumma for me. I think it's an easy one. Djibril Sidibe or Hakimi. Hakimi for me. Evra or Nuno Mendes.
Here's where we're going to differ. I'm going Evra here.
No, bro. You know what? I'm gonna say Evra as well, yeah. But Nuno Mendes for me is gonna end up being better than Evra.
Yeah. Couple of years time, it could be a different answer, innit?
Yeah, because I think the way that Nuno Mendes is going on right now, he could be in the conversations with the Marcelos and the Roberto
yeah,
Carloses of this world,
yeah, yeah,
Maldini's and that. I think he could be that because in a different way. I think as footballers, them guys are different. But I think in terms of the modern day left back, like, yeah, he's got everything to be up there for me. So I'm gonna say Evra now, but
yeah,
Mendes in the future will be the better left back for me.
yeah, yeah. I agree with that.
Carvalho or Thiago Silva? Thiago Silva for me.
Yeah,
Abidal or Marquinhos?
this one's
You
not
know what?
split.
I'm gonna say Abidal.
Yeah, yeah.
I think
I'm
Abidal's
moving on to.
underrated. He's underrated for me.
Yeah. But
I
so is
think he's underrated.
Marquinhos. I don't think Marquinhos is as underrated, but I don't
Yeah,
think now people because it feels like he's been about forever. I don't think
yeah,
people really, when you talk about the best centre backs in the world right now, I don't think
yeah,
Marquinhos gets much of a shout.
yeah. I agree. I agree. I think the best accolade you can give to Marquinhos, yeah, is that he is this version's Thiago Silva.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's this generation's Thiago in it,
He's this
definitely.
generation's Thiago Silva, yeah. You know,
Yeah,
but I think Abidal was class, man. Like I think he's slept on. So you could say Marquinhos, but I'm gonna say Abidal, and I think
yeah, yeah.
Abidal deserves his flowers, man. So we've got
3-2.
3-2 because the keeper in it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Moving on to midfield. Who did we go for midfield again? I forgot.
Verratti and Makalele.
Okay. So this will be interesting. I don't know how we can. Okay, yeah, and then we done the tens. Was it tens we had as well?
Wingers in a 10.
Okay, so it's Messi and Neymar, wasn't it? Messi. Oh, okay, yeah, Messi, Neymar, Cavani, and Ibra, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so Verratti or Fabregas? Difficult
Fine,
one.
Seth.
You guys says, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll agree. I'll agree with that as well. Even though I'm a massive fan of Verratti, man. I think Verratti was ridiculous, man. Press resistant like mad. But yeah, Fabregas, Chouameni or Makaleli.
Makalele.
Yeah, I
Tchouaméni
agree.
plays the Makalele role.
He does. But when you're playing the role, you got to go with the original, innit?
Yeah.
But this ain't gonna make sense, yeah, because it's out of position. Yeah.
Well, we got
Um.
but the wingers can be classed as tens. Messi and Neymar are tens as well, so we've got tens versus tens, really.
Okay. All right. Well, let's do Bernardo Messi's Messi. But Bernardo's a bad boy as well. Yaya or Neymar? Bro, I'm going
Don't hurt
Neymar,
the
man.
feelings. I'm going Yaya and let the
I
chat.
knew you would.
Yaya
would.
and Neymar, guys.
Bro, you know what it is now. Yeah, you see with Yaya Toure, yeah, and I don't think many people actually think this. Yeah, Yaya Toure for me, I actually think he's the best midfielder to play in the Premier League with Scholes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I actually do think that. Like, and it might be a massive shout, yeah, but I'm looking purely at what Yaya Toure had to offer. The guy had no weaknesses, you know. And at time, again, people might say, "Oh, but he's playing for a dominant team in Man City," yeah. But again, you still got to show up and do it. And this guy, at times, yeah, it was just too easy. He was just doing what he wanted. Like the guy had change of pace, strength, good from free kicks, a threat in the air, good defensively, great touch, great technique, could shoot. Like he had no weaknesses. You know what I'm trying to say? So when I look at the complete midfielder, I've said this to you before. The only player that can match him for complete in terms of all those attributes, he could dribble as well, is Paul Pogba. So I think this is how I'm looking at Yaya Toure, but I'm looking at Neymar as like the only one that betters Neymar for me in terms of generational is Lionel Messi. So that's how I'm pitting both of them. So
I hear it, but for me, the thing,
yeah,
why I would go Yaya over Neymar
yeah,
is Yeah, yeah. Essentially, bear in mind, he went to Barcelona, he played second fiddle. He got his move from there, 14 million. So clearly, people weren't looking at him like he was going to be that guy. You know what I mean? He was
Yeah.
undervalued, and then he showed the levels. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Like, for me, Neymar was essentially the opposite. Like he's shown all the potential and all the talent, and if anything, people have just been more and more frustrated with him. Obviously, like, he seemed to have peaked during the MSN shit, and then he got his big money move to PSG, and then since then, everyone's just kind of like almost forgot about him. You know what I mean? Because he's not stayed relevant. Like obviously, you see certain players that are generational carrying the teams to like the national teams to further in competitions. Neymar's been unable to do that. He was unable to win the Champions League at PSG, which everyone thought he was going to. And then
Mm.
obviously after that, where did he move to after that? Was it not Saudi?
Yeah, Saudi. Yeah. Al Hilal, isn't it?
Yeah, so for me, Neymar's career, like it reached a peak when he was so young, and then the rest of his career, when you're talking longevity, like, bro, it's all been a downfall, really. Like I know he's had the potential, and like he's always had the ability to turn it on when he wants, but it's like he doesn't want to turn it on very often. Like
Yeah.
for me, I feel like Neymar's lacked motivation. He did so much at a young age that he's like, fuck it, let's just party now. Let's just spend this money in it.
Yeah,
Like,
no, like, do you know what? I think that's a fair like observation, is it? Because I think in his head, obviously, we know about the Brazilian players as well, innit? These guys just want to party, in it, Ronaldinho,
yeah,
etc. R9 and that, and maybe in Neymar's head, he's probably completed football because club level, he has completed everything in club level, really.
yeah,
La Ligas, Champions Leagues. Obviously he's won a Copa America as well. The only thing that's slipped his grasp really is a World Cup and
yeah,
a Ballon d'Or. But the Ballon d'Or, I don't look at Neymar as him not winning the Ballon d'Or. He was just in a period where it was Messi and Ronaldo, and no matter what he did, he was never going to get in front of those two because it was those two were the complete opposites, and it was the popularity contest, isn't it? Because there
yeah,
was a period at Barcelona where Neymar was carrying that attack,
yeah.
especially if you look back at the Champions League comeback against PSG as well.
Because this is
So
the thing you see with Neymar when you deep it
yeah,
at club level, like I say with the MSN thing, it already like everyone was like, this is the best front three in history.
yeah,
Yeah, so that's one box ticked. He won everything there. Next box ticked. Like when it comes down to it, he got his big money move, and he's looking at it like, right, okay, should win the Champions League here fairly easy, whatever. But like he's completed it. He knows that Ballon d'Or is going to elude him because he'd have been very aware that nothing I can do now at this point is going to get me that Ballon d'Or. It's
yeah,
Messi's and Ronaldo's. Like that's the way it's going. You could see how it was
bro.
going. And
Which is why he had to go to PSG.
yeah, but then with that in mind, he knows I'm not going to win that Ballon d'Or as much as he probably would have liked to, because then he joins a long list of Brazilians that have won
Yep.
that trophy. But at the same time, when he's aware that I'm not going to win that, I'm going to go to PSG for this money. I'm already classed as one of the best of the generation. I'm already classed as like fucking one of the best front threes in, or one of the best in the best front three, or one of the three of the best front three, you know what I mean? However you want to
Mm,
term it. But it's like he's done so much, and then you can't really win that Ballon d'Or, so there's not really another level to go to.
yeah.
Yeah, well, are you gonna? You're not gonna have that motivation. You already didn't. You're Brazilian. You want to party and go carnival and all that every year. Like
Mm,
then you get the fact of knowing I'm never gonna win a Ballon d'Or, no matter what I fucking do, because I'm in their generation.
yeah.
Yeah, fuck it. You can understand why he would just take his foot off the pedal a bit and just say, you know what, fuck it. I'm just gonna enjoy kicking ball about. I'm not really gonna be motivated and driven to fucking do anything specific. Like I'm just gonna enjoy kicking a ball around while I can and earn
Yeah.
big money for doing it. Fair play
Yeah.
to him, but Like I
Nah,
say,
listen, it's a fair argument, man. It is definitely a fair argument. I'm a massive fan of him because, as I said, I think it's a lot of it's to do with what football's become now, isn't it? And you know, when he was in his peak, man, he was just something else, man. And as I said, for me, Messi's the only player that can chat to Neymar when Neymar was at his peak. The only
yeah,
player. So, but yeah, so just based on that, are you going with Yaya Toure? Yeah, if we're
yeah,
having to do, yeah. I
yeah,
mean, I will go Neymar personally. I rate both players, but yeah, listen, I'm happy to just say Neymar. Yaya Toure.
yeah.
Falcao or Ibrahimovic. Oh, that is difficult.
If we're taking just time at the clubs, it's got to be Falcao. But if we're
Yeah,
taking who I prefer overall, it's Zlatan.
yeah. No, no. Listen, I'm exactly the same. I think overall career, it's Ibra, but Falcao's in. Actually, you know what? I don't know. Actually, Falcao's impact at Monaco or Ibra's impact at PSG.
Nah, because
I think Ibra's was better.
Falcao was still deadly at Monaco, bro. Before we got like
Yeah, but he was better at Atletico, bro. That's the problem.
he was, but Zlatan was better at fucking about three other clubs as well. Like, I'd have took Zlatan at Inter. I'd have took Zlatan even at
AC.
Barca and AC, like over
Yeah,
PSG Zlatan.
yeah. I hear it.
But like I say, still both of them playing in the French league were both fucking quality in the French league, same way.
Mm.
But like I say, Zlatan did it for a longer period for me. If we're going overall,
So
but
you're going Ibra then, yeah?
yeah,
Yeah, no, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. I just think, yeah, do you know what? I think it's a tight one, isn't it? It's a tight one. I think
yeah,
if this was Falcao Atletico Madrid, and yeah, it's a different story because I would actually say that Falcao's Atletico Madrid stint probably rivals anything Ibra's done at Inter or AC
yeah, yeah.
because Falcao was regarded as the best striker in the world at Atletico.
Yeah.
But was Ibra ever regarded as the best striker in the world at any of them clubs?
Nah,
He was
nah.
one of a number, but
Yeah,
Falcao was the best striker. You know what I'm trying to say?
yeah. I agree with that. I agree with that.
Yeah. All right. And the last one, Anthony Martial or Edinson Cavani. Just letting you guys know now, yeah. I rated Cavani at Napoli. Yeah. I didn't rate Cavani really. I mean, don't get me wrong, PSG, he was devastating, but I didn't really rate him like that. I preferred him at Napoli. You know,
Nah,
he was better for
and
me
to
at
be fair,
Napoli.
the quality of the French league at the time that Cavani was duppy in it, like it
Mm.
wasn't really all that in it. Like let's really, if we're being brutally honest, it
Yeah,
wasn't.
I say I preferred him at Napoli personally.
Yeah,
I thought he was devastating with Hamsik and Lavezzi, bro. When they had Hamsik and Lavezzi, bro, I was playing Pro Evo and listen, we used to do some mad picking thing, yeah, and them three players there were getting snapped up. Lavezzi, Hamsik, and Cavani, they were deadly, and had Calayon on the right hand side who was more of a runner, but that three there, especially Lavezzi, yeah, listen, it was different, man. It was different. But me personally, my personal pick, I will go Martial. But again, if you're thinking Cavani, I can
Uh,
see
to be
why you would go Cavani.
to be fair, I am like to be fair, this one is one of them like
Yeah.
it'd probably change on any given day in it. It's just right
Mm.
now. I am leaning a bit more towards Cavani, but again, ask me tomorrow, it could be Martial. So I'm happy to lead this one. But
Okay.
even if we just leave that one out of the equation for a sec, it's
Yeah.
6-4. So even if
It's tight.
like
It's
I
tight.
say, it's hanging in the balance, but so PSG is still just about edged it anyway. But
But
it's
again though, yeah. Again, it could easily be. It could easily be Neymar or Toure, Falcao or Ibra. That could be the swinging vote.
Yeah, 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 yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah,
it is that fine in it. But that's what I'm
yeah,
saying. That's the surprising part of it. Like you would think, yeah, it's fucking PSG is gonna have hands down the better spot. That's how close it is. It's either 6-5 or 7-4. You know what I mean? But it's not like it was a whitewash. Like
yeah,
and like I say, with if it's 7-4, Cavani and Martial for me is a coin flip. You know what I mean?
yeah,
The
yeah,
whole Falcao, everything could have really gone either way if we was just going off time at that club. It's gonna be
yeah.
Falcao for me. You
100,
know what I mean? So it's like
100.
just those two there going different. It changes the whole dynamic of it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But like I say,
And again, the majority of people would go with Cavani over Martial, innit? They would do that,
mm,
but like for me, it's not that. I'll be honest with you. Again, because it depends what you're looking at, really.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, listen, it's a close one, man. And as I said, we got Leon tomorrow, same time, 8 p.m. And I think this Leon team, it, I think this Leon team, I don't know, touch and go. It could be better than Monaco's. I don't know, touch
It
and
could,
go.
it could, but like I say,
Yeah,
it's yeah. For me, I'll tell you the truth. The Leon one, there is some very good options. You know what I
yeah, yeah,
mean? So,
yeah,
but I'm not gonna lie. I, uh, I'm looking at my Marseille sheet here. There's not many options in the positions, which tells me that I've pretty much got it locked down what this formation will be. And this
yeah, yeah,
like the Marseille one next week is gonna be dangerous. But Leon tomorrow, looking at it like there's a lot of I've got a lot of like every position's basically got two options apart from two positions.
yeah, 100.
So 9 positions have got at least two options in each of them.
Yeah,
Yeah, man,
I hear
it's
it, man. But yeah, we're looking forward to that one tomorrow, man. Fulham are advancing in talks to sign Southampton midfielder Shea Charles. It's quite a decent player, to be fair. Liverpool trying to get Mbaye from PSG, bro. If United could get involved and get rid of Rashford and get this Mbaye, this guy's gonna be special, man. He's a very good player, man. But yeah, let's see if Liverpool get him. But bro, just quickly, yeah, answers. I'm gonna go toilet quickly, yeah, but just answer this question. So, guys, we are gonna get on some of the questions that you guys have asked. So Bruno will be called a fraud after a slow start next season. Um, and he says Bruno, Minu, and Tillemans cannot play in the same 11. What do you think if Carrick decides to put that as a midfield three? Do you reckon that works?
what
Just
to
answer
go.
that question. I'll be back in 1 minute. Yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So for me, going with a midfield two of Tielemans and Mainu with Bruno in the 10, like, nah, that's not gonna work. I'm not gonna lie. The stream that Gav did a couple of days back, talking about how United could potentially line up. I do like the idea of actually switching it up and going to the midfield three. And for me, doing that, I, I actually feel like we'd probably get the best out of Bruno because we've said it before on the channel. Like that is where Bruno has always seemed to play the best. Like obviously, I know he gets numbers playing in the 10, but that's because he's playing as essentially a shadow striker. He takes every fucking set piece. It's bound to happen, isn't it? But yeah, like I don't see a world where we stick with uh, Tielemans and Bruno and Mainu all in the starting squad. I do feel like we're gonna have to, if if we make no more transfers, if we're just stuck with what we've already got, I think that Andre Santos is gonna play quite a lot of games. I think obviously he's the only one that's really defensive minded like that. I think obviously in a midfield three, you're better off playing with obviously Santos as the six. Then you've got Tielemans and Mainu for me, or obviously Mainu and Fernandez, or Fernandez and Tielemans. But you've got to have someone there that's going to do the defensive work that Bruno's not going to do. I don't really want to see Mainu constantly having to track back and do all the defensive work neither. I do want him to have a bit more of a creative role. Tielemans. Like, I know that he's not bad defensively, but again, his best work's going forward. So yeah, for me, it doesn't particularly work. I wouldn't like to see it. I'd prefer to see another defensive midfielder signed because I'm not really confident of having Andre Santos constantly in the team. But like I say, he's a decent enough addition to as a squad player, but I wouldn't want him to basically be like Casemiro's replacement to partner up in a midfield too. I just don't think he's that guy, at least yet anyway. But
Is
yeah,
that Andre Santos, mate? Yeah.
yeah. Because I was saying, like, to be fair, when you did the stream the other day where you was talking about how United could potentially line up, I do prefer the idea of switching to a midfield three because that way we probably, if we're going to play Bruno, we'll probably get the best out of him there. Same way, fucking, I think if we're going to have a defensive midfielder, it's probably like just going off what we've got now, it'd be Santos in the middle with Mainu and Tielemans on either side, or you can fucking switch it up and put Bruno on one of the, you know what I mean? But uh, keeping Bruno in the 10 doesn't particularly work. I don't really. I think Tielemans could probably do a job in the 10, but I don't want to see him in the 10.
Yeah.
Mainu could do a job in the 10, but again, I don't. I don't actually think we need to be playing with the 10. You know what I mean? I think I'd prefer to see a 4-3-3, but we're gonna have to definitely like bring somebody in on the wing because I know a lot of people like to see Dorgu there, but for me, I want Dorgu left back. Our
Same,
third
same here.
choice left
Same
back.
here.
You know what
Same
I
here.
mean? So for me, we have to have a left winger that's a real first team because I don't mind the idea of Rashford sticking around and being still used, but he's not gonna be the main guy. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a
Yeah.
slow come back into the team, like gradual minutes here and there, a start here and there, but it's not gonna be every game 90 minutes. It can't be because I think Carrick knows that there's a good chance he's going to have Rashford here for the start of the season, and he's not going to be able to get rid of him. And he's kind of already like putting out little statements about like fans should be like like kind of accepting of the fact if a player comes back into the team and stuff like that in it.
Yeah.
So I think he is going to be brought back in, but for me, Rashford shouldn't be the first choice. I want to see him as like a backup role. You know what I mean? Just like Luke Shaw's a backup role is a squad player. I don't want to see Rashford as like first team ever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he
But
should
the
be.
thing is, because of the wage that he's on, you know, everything leads to him being a starter, which is going to be a problem. Now, what confuses me, yeah, and it makes me laugh is that I see something yesterday on Sky Sports, yeah, and it's like these guys are either dumb or they're just quite simply not understanding, yeah. If you would have seen the lineup that they went with, what Carrick's what Carrick's gonna do next season, yeah, they think it's gonna be Lamens in goal, Dallo and Luke Shaw as the fullbacks, um, Martinez and Maguire. They had Tillemans and Kobe, Bruno in the 10, Embuemo, Sesko, and Rashford as the front three, yeah. That team there's concerning for me. That front three of yeah, of Rashford, Embuemo, and Sesko, yeah. I don't understand how people can't see this, yeah. That's a front three that's not gonna work. Embuemo is not a ball retention player. And if they've been watching the games, Carrick's been playing him through the middle as well. Even though I mean, I personally don't like seeing Carrick play Embuemo through the middle, personally, yeah. But I can see why he's playing him through the middle because he doesn't trust him on the right wing because he's not a good footballer. So if he plays him on the shoulder, playing him through the middle, it works for Embuemo's skill set. Sesko, as we already know, is a player that plays on the shoulder. He's not a link man striker. Marcus Rashford's just come back, yeah. Cunha's got the number 10 shirt. And these clowns in Sky Sports think it's a good idea to put Rashford, Sesko, and Mbuemo as the front three. Yeah. Now, if you remember under Eric Ten Hag, I remember calling this out, saying that front three of Garnacho, Rashford, and Højlund will never work. That is the same thing if you play Rashford, Sesko, and Mbuemo. You need to have a ball retention player in the front line. And I'm trying to tell you, yeah, the Sky Sports and a lot of these people in the studio, yeah, it's very clear that these guys don't watch Man United, so they're just guessing. Because I know Rashford's on a lot of money, yeah, but how does Rashford come into this team and Cunha's on the bench? Cunha took his number, and all of a sudden, Rashford's gonna come back and Cunha's got to settle for a place on the bench. How's that gonna happen? You know what I'm trying to say? And then the Bruno, Tielemans, and Kobe midfield, yeah. For me, that midfield, yeah, I'm not gonna say it can't work, because it can, because you've got two players in Kobe and Tielemans that are very good footballers, and then you've got someone in Bruno. Again, as we know with Bruno, he likes to play for numbers, yeah. But this Man United squad right now is set up to go to a 4-3-3 anyway. Now, if you're gonna play Bruno, Kobe, and Tielemans, who's gonna be the defensive one? Because Kobe's natural game is to go forward. He's having to adapt his game because United haven't got that sitting midfielder. So again, you're going to take away from Kobe's game if Kobe has to be the deepest player, because Tielemans can play that role. But how Tielemans was playing for Aston Villa, there was times that Tielemans played in the 10. So again, Andre Santos, for me, I rate Santos, and I think the Santos signing surprised me. I didn't think United would sign him. To think that we got him for 48 or 50 million, and he's already shown that he's adapted to United's way of playing. He's gonna have a big future, But does he start the first game of the season? As it stands right now, he does, because he's the one that offers the balance in that midfield. Because I'm not gonna be confident with a Tielemans, Kobe, and Bruno midfield. Even if it's a 4-3-3, that's not a midfield that I would like to see, because you need to have someone that is going to sit, or there's going to be some sort of balance there, which is why Camavinga, Sanderberg, the Baleba as well, these are the kind of players that, changes everything. And I think Andre Santos offers something totally different to Kobe and to Bruno and to Tielemans. It's that he's the most defensive one out of all them, and he can be, and he offers the balance. So I think just based on that, man, I think, as the midfield stands at the moment, I think everything points to Tielemans, Bruno, and Kobe, because Kobe's the academy graduate. Tielemans is experienced, one of the best midfielders in the league, and Bruno's the captain. I think that only works against the lesser teams. I don't think that midfield three works against some of the better teams, because there's no defensive nous in there. So,
for me,
yeah, it's a problem, man.
For me, going off the players that we've got right now, with no more transfers, the starting 11 for me in a 4-3-3, it's going to be Lemens, Mazraoui at right back, Dorgu left back, De Ligt and Martinez as the centre backs. That's always going to stay the same anyway. Even if we stick with the current formation that we had last season in it. But then in the midfield three, going to go Santos, Mainu, Tielemans. Then wings, I'm going to go Cunha on the left, and probably Mbumo on the right, and then put Sesko up top. But
what are you saying that is going to be that should be Carrick's ideal team? You're saying?
Nah, I'm saying that if I'm going to go with the 4-3-3, that's what I'm going with. But if I'm sticking with the current formation, I'm going to end up going with Santos and either Mainu or Tielemans, and maybe switch that up depending on who the opponent is and all the rest of it. And then in the 10, I'm going to go with Ahmad, because realistically, I don't want to see Ahmad on the right much more.
Bro, I don't unless it's a 4-3-3.
Yeah, but again,
Yeah.
I feel like in a 4-3-3, I'm gonna start and Mbumo and bring Ahmad on to you know what I mean, to just
Okay.
copy it at the
Okay.
end when we need if we need something, because I feel like Mbumo does start games fairly well, but he like peters out throughout it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Ahmad,
Yeah.
I feel like he's he's more equipped for coming on and changing the game than Mbumo is. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? But if I'm gonna
yeah.
go with the current formation, I'm gonna put Ahmad in the 10, keep Cunha out on the left, and obviously, but that's what I'm saying. Like, ideally, like Rashford is a squad player to me. Fucking at this point, I'd treat Bruno as a squad player. If I'm being totally honest, fucking
Bro, listen, you know my thoughts on Bruno already, man.
yeah, yeah,
If I had my way, he'd be gone. You know, it's an unpopular opinion, but if Man United wanna, like I said this so many times, it's getting boring now. Man United need to move away from Bruno Fernandes, and I think if we get one more midfield player in as well, which I believe we will, you know, it probably means that Bruno's not gonna play every game. But as long as Bruno's here, yeah, it's gonna be the Bruno show, and I'm bored of it. I'm bored of it, and it's like there's too many fans that are too invested in Bruno Fernandes, and it's like, do Man United want to get back to a serious level, or do we want to just keep trying to revolve the team around Bruno? The fact that we've got Andre Santos in and I think Yuri Tillemans is the key for Bruno to be moved on or to be ushered out the team, because Yuri Tillemans can play in the 10, but not only just that, yeah, Yuri Tillemans gives you the versatility of playing a 4-3-3. Bruno 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 can only thrive really in a 4-2-3-1, where he's allowed to play the way he does and be a gung-ho kind of player. The issue that comes with that, yeah, if you've got someone like Bruno that's allowed to do what he wants, you cannot control games like that. This is why I'm saying a 4-3-3 is much better suited to controlling games. But what that means is that if you play a 4-3-3, Bruno's numbers will definitely reduce. So this is the thing. So do Man United want to control games, which means going to a 4-3-3? Because I'll argue with anyone, yeah. Man United are not going to control games in a 4-2-3-1 with Bruno Fernandes playing as a number 10, because his game is all about what numbers can he get to stick out. So it's not going to be about control. But then if you play a 4-3-3 and Bruno still plays, his numbers will drastically reduce because he's got to be a bit more disciplined. You understand what I mean?
yeah.
So that's the sticking point. And this is why I badly want United to get another midfielder, because if they get, let's say we get Camavinga, which is the dream, yeah? Camavinga, Tillemans, Kobe, and Andre Santos, between those four, you can play a 4-3-3.
Yeah.
And you can control games like that. Even if you get a Sanderberg, you can control games. But if United think they're going to control games, playing the 4-2-3-1, having Bruno do what he wants to do, you'll find the same old issues arising, in my opinion. So yeah, man. So let's see what happens. Do you think Carrick will change his formation? Well, the fact that we've got Tillemans and Santos is telling everyone that we want to go more possession based, which is a good sign. This is why I'm going to keep saying, yeah, I know there's been talk about Juventus coming in for Joshua Zirkzee, but I still think Zirkzee stays. And if we're going to go to a possession based team, you're going to get better out of Zirkzee. It's a fact, you know. However, if Zirkzee was to move on because he wants to, then again, it's going to be another player that we've not got the best out of, you know. And you know, there's talk about Endrick replacing him. I actually don't think United. Oh, what a strike! I actually don't think United get another striker, especially if Rashford stays, because I think United might just think Rashford can play through the middle, Mbeumo can, Cunha can, you know. But I'll reiterate, man, I want Zirkzee to stay because there's a top footballer there, and the only thing that's missing is him to be given more chances to play, and us and Man United playing, you know, more of a possession based style. But if that doesn't happen and Carrick wants to play this counter-attack style, then it's not going to suit a Xerxes. It's not going to suit an Ahmad either, you know. So we'll have to wait and see, man. But I mean, I haven't watched any of the games really, but from some of the clips that I've seen, you know, it does look promising. Obviously, it's pre-season, but I just want to see some signings being made and see what we do from there, man. That's the main thing, innit? You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's that, guys, man. But listen, we're gonna wrap it up anyway. We are gonna be live tomorrow at the same time at 8 o'clock. This time it's gonna be the Leon one. Obviously, this one was meant to be done yesterday, so we had to fit it in today. But yeah, tomorrow's gonna be Leon. Leon's all-time 11 from 2005 to the present day. I can tell you this right now: there's no player getting into the present day team. From the present day team, so a little bit of a spoiler there, but yeah, listen, we'll definitely be live at that same time, and then hopefully, you know, United start making some signings, because I'm just hearing, the thing is, I'm not reacting to a lot of the rumors because I'm bored of it. It's just, listen, stop the crap, you know, and just get some players in, man. But there's been links to Lewis Hall. I've always said we're not going to get Lewis Hall. And especially with Bruno Guimaraes going, I think that doesn't happen. And then, yeah, man, we're just stuck in a situation where, you know, there's players that I want, players that Fitz wants, but are we talking to them? I hope so. You know, can we change their mind? I don't know. But yeah, man, it's just been absolutely frustrating, but we'll have to wait and see, man. Yeah, big up there, Les, man. Yeah, I see the Lewis Hall one. I never thought Lewis Hall was going to happen anyway, because it's going to cost too much money, and Newcastle don't need the money. And he's a Newcastle fan as well. So, yeah. But let's wait and see what happens, man. But listen, make sure, guys, you smash that like button on your way out. Make sure you sub to the channel as well. And as I said, we are going to be live tomorrow at 8 o'clock. I'll probably be doing a stream in the morning as well, around 12:30. I'm going to see what news is about and see what I can react to. So yeah, I'll be live tomorrow. Might be a different scene, guys, though. I might be out and about. So I've got a new little gadget as well, man, that I want to test out. So yeah, listen, you guys might find this a bit interesting. So yeah, let's see what happens. But yeah, keep an eye out for that one. But Fitz, you got anything you want to plug, bro?
No, just we gotta get back here for 8 o'clock tomorrow for the Leon one, because I think that one's gonna be a decent one. But I think we're gonna bump heads a bit more on that one, looking at the list of players.
Yeah, 100. I mean, I've got one guy in there that's not going to be debated. I mean, and you know who it is, bro. So we haven't even got to discuss it, because I think tomorrow I might surprise you, man. Just put his name in there straight away, because I don't give a damn what formation you play. He's in there. But you know exactly who it is. So there's no point talking. But yeah, guys, listen. Make sure you're back here tomorrow for 8 p.m. And as I said, I'll be live probably earlier in the day as well. So yeah, hopefully see you guys there. And yeah, big up to all the mods as well. And yeah, hope you guys have a good rest of the evening. And yeah, big up to yourselves for coming on each and every time. And guys, as I said, make sure on your way out you smash that like button if you haven't done so already, and make sure you sub to Fitz. And make sure you follow Fitz, on his socials, which is in the description. Yeah, on this stream. But yeah, other than that, big up to yourselves each and every time. And yeah, we'll catch you guys tomorrow. Take it easy.